So pane nyaya iri kupisa right now, nyaya iyi ma1 chaicho, because apa papane zviri kuitika zvamusiri kunzwisisa muri yezimbabwe, but ndikuda kuti ndisati ndanyanya kutaura zvakawanda nditange ndapinda nemi first. This is Temba Mliswa and also Rutendo Matinyarara, and you think kuti these guys right now they are fighting on X, they're doing everything, and you think it's just Rutendo na Temba vari kugwa, but pane forces that are behind. So ndikuda kuti tipinde because they reveal a lot when they say what they say. So Hanzi na Temba muzukuru, I understand your concerns. They are both genuine and commendable as you seek to facilitate the seamless re-entry of a remarkable artist. However, I find myself questioning the implications of the president's involvement in what may appear as an act of exoneration or pardon for someone who has not actually faced any legitimate charges under the current administration. He has no case to answer with the current government. This stands in stark contrast to the case of Rutendo, who publicly insulted and disrespected the president, warranting a different response entirely. Before we hastily leap to solutions, we must first consider whether there exists a viable case against Mapfumo. You astutely noted that Mapfumo faced significant challenges during the First Republic. In this, the Second Republic, unless there are pending legal issues, there should be no cause for him to fear a return, nor any necessity for presidential intervention. Muzembe managed to return and was absolved in a manner that leaves no shadow over his reputation. Yet, should any legal complications indeed arise, we must be cautious to avoid entangling the president in the obstruction of justice. The legal system remains an avenue through which one can seek vindication if faced with unfounded accusations. I have known the president to be a figure who upholds his authority responsibly and refrains from abuse of power. In my own experiences of political persecution, he simply advised me to secure competent legal counsel despite our familial connections. As a trained lawyer, he does not tolerate the misuse of proximity to him for personal gain. Thus, let us be watchful not to abuse the president's kindness or use his name to shield our indiscretions as many are doing. Rather, let professionalism guide our actions. So, Zimbabwe, Temba ari kutaura zvaari kutaura panapa, achitaura pamusoro pamapfumo, kudzoka kwamapfumo, kunzi mapfumo anogona kusungwa pakudzoka. Apa ari kutaura also about Rutendo Matinyarare, kuti Rutendo Matinyarare wakatotuka president varipo ava. Thomas Mapfumo une maproblems kubva kugovernment yaivapo the First Republic, anditi. And then First Republic hapana mapending cases ayakavhura against Mapfumo ekuti Mapfumo akadzoka anogona kukontinuiwa nawo macases wawo. So who is going to open macases against Mapfumo, right? Apa Temba also remember wakabudisigwa maaudios ake naRutendo achitaura zvisina basa, in fact kuti achingadi zvisina basa but achitaura chokwadi chisingadi kunzwikwa muZimbabwe about President Emerson Mnangagwa, kuti havasina support, vakatodliwa kwese chichichichi etc, anditi. Achitaura also against even Tagwire, achitaura against everybody. So he is seeking the same thing chiri kutsvagwa naRutendo Matinyarare, kuregererwa kuti vagone kupinda munyika, vagone kurarama munyika freely. Temba is already muZimbabwe and hapana akamuvhurira anything, and so he is busy bootlicking kuzama kuti vaone kuti he has changed, he is now loyal, right? Tiri papapo muri Zimbabwe. And then regai tiende kumberi tipedzise zviri kutaurwa naTemba. Hanzi It has been disheartening to witness systematic failures within state security that has allowed individuals to exploit his name while engaging in illicit activities. To the CIO, I would like to caution that when the president entrusts someone with a duty, they ought to fulfill it honestly and professionally. It is nobler to be fired for doing one's job than to second guess the president's intentions and failing to do as required. But Temba handizivi kuti musoro wake unopisa uchienda nedirection because kana kuchinzi CIO yakuita basa rekusunga vanhu because vacriticize president, then Temba unofanira kutotangwa, ndiye unofanira kutangwa kusungwa because evidence iripo yakatokandwa ende iri pasocial media, iri everywhere. So manje CIO ikaita basa rekusunga vanhu vanotaura about the president, what about they who plan to do harm straight up? Ndo zvainenge iri busy nazvo izvozvo. Kune zvanhu vanotaura vachingosora vachitaura vana Rutendo Matinyarara, right? Hanzi there is no need for speculation regarding who should or should not be apprehended. Too many criminals are benefiting from this due to their closeness to the president, which undermines justice. For the record, the president does not condone criminal enterprises. What we require is that the CIO operates with efficacy and integrity, irrespective of one's proximity to the president. Being of the same tribe and family, it weighs upon me to see individuals abusing his name, and I feel compelled to defend him. Having served as the Mashonaland West Provincial and DCC chairman in ZANU-PF, I understand the system, and it is imperative that we reform these practices in order to advance the vision of the country's leader. Wapedza Temba. Chinzwai manje zvazotaurwa naRutendo Matinyarara achipindura this same statement issued by Temba Mliswa on X, because it reviews zvimwe zvinhu muri weZimbabwe zvinenge zvichiitika zvokuti tinoda kuzvigadzirisa, right? Hanzi I don't know of any case pending against me, Temba, and if you know of one, I would appreciate it if you would furnish us with the case number. The one person who is consistently caught insulting the president, vice president, first lady, wife of the vice president, the first family, and ministers without ever apologizing is you, Temba. Ndimatinyarara. Hanzi iwewe Temba ndio uri busy kutaurisa. Right? Hanzi, the fact that you have not been arrested after all the nasty things you have said on record illustrates that we have a forgiving president and government who allow people like you to speak your mind even when it borders on insults. Izvi ndo zvisiri kuonekwa naTemba manje, kuti vanhu vanotaura zvavanoda muZimbabwe ende vanhu havasungwi nokutaura zvavanoda. Vanhu vanosungigwa kuronga mademonstrations muZimbabwe. Izvo ndo zvisingadiwi naMnangagwa neZANU-PF, because vanoziva kuti izvozvo ndo zvinouyisa upon real change in real time. So hanzi, nevertheless, it's strange that you keep trying to get me punished for what I said over a few days and apologized for. But I never hear you asking for me to be rewarded for 7 years of fighting sanctions and promoting and defending Zimbabwe and this president more than anyone else. We have moved far past the chapter of politicking and fighting, and we are now on the path of reconciliation and nation building. So why are you always trying to take us back? Are you hoping that we will start fighting again? at the very least, if you want to denigrate me for my wrongdoing, at least put in the same effort to also recognize me for the exceptional work I have done for Zimbabwe and the president for over 7 years when no one else was doing it. So Rutendo unoti reminder every time kuti une ma-credentials, une ma-achievements aakaitira nyika, aakaitira isusu tese. Kana Rutendo ari right kuti ma-sanctions aakabatsira kubviswa kwawo ndo aikonzeresa kutambura muzimbabwe, zvinoreva kuti vana Mnangagwa ma-failures because hapana chachinja muno muzimbabwe, hapana chachinja. I mean, chachinja i-narrative. There's a strong narrative and it's backed by vana IMF, but muhomwe hamuna chinhu, muhomwe hamuna chinhu. So kana Rutendo ari right kuti kubvisa kwakaita ma-sanctions kwakabatsira ikonomi yezimbabwe, kana kuti kune potential yekubatsira ikonomi yezimbabwe on a larger scale, then the government is failing. Because ma-sanctions achirimo muzimbabwe, there are individuals, in fact ndo government yacho. Kana president ane ma-sanctions, vice president ari under ma-sanctions, the richest man muzimbabwe ari under ma-sanctions, tagwire, you can see kuti government is under ma-sanctions. Tokuna unzi nyika is not under ma-sanctions, but if government cannot make ma-contracts nenyika dzine mari pano pasi, because amafanisa. But anyway, tiri ipapapo muri Zimbabwe, tiri kuda kuti tivhare this broadcast. Stay tuned, more fire is coming. Peace.